UCM Spotlight hosted their first Safety Zone educational seminar, bringing in students supportive of the LGBTQ community. This successful event taught students about the realities of the LGBTQ community, but also crushed stereotypes and promoted the acceptance of everyone's differences.
Safe Zone training, for me, it's for the lesbian, gay, queer, questioning, transgender community, and it's about becoming an ally and supporting them and being able to provide assistance if they need or have questions.
So one of the things that's really important for
to me, Safe Zone is really just getting more of an understanding of maybe people's different viewpoints, their way of life, being able to maybe talk people through difficult situations that they aren't aware might be out there, or something along those lines.
So gender expression.
Well, actually, I'm part of Student Government Association, and they encourage it, and also I'm in a race class and gender class, and they brought me to the class today.
Well, I came today because as a CA, I feel like I should be very open to all sorts of different personalities, sexual orientations, genders, everything. So in an effort to educate myself a little bit more and to just get a better understanding of where people are at, I came today.
And different places you could be on that spectrum.
I've learned about there's more than to just being a male and a female. You can be you can identify yourself as many things, which I didn't. I mean, some of it I knew, but some of the other things I've never heard of, and then others I was really familiar with. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there's more to just being what your doctor says you're a male or a female. So it's kind of the reality of what people really are or what they feel they are.
For me, I have friends that are lesbians, or they identify as lesbians, gay, and so it was just becoming more aware and I don't know, being more open and learning about it, making an effort.
But sometimes the language that we use.
I thought it was just pretty fascinating how many different ways people can identify themselves. Because I knew the traditional lesbian, gay, straight, bisexual, but it goes so far past that. There's a lot of different views out there that most people don't know of.
And the next slide is gonna hopefully clear it up.
I'm definitely learning way more than I expected, because I had pretty general knowledge, but just to see the list and asking questions on what they actually mean and how to approach people when you are questioning, or a whole bunch of stuff.
Self-concept and self-understanding of themselves.
I don't think people should shy away from these types of conversations because, it's something that makes a lot of people uncomfortable and they're not willing to talk about, but it's something that is very prevalent in the society that we live in, and so understanding those different viewpoints or people's personalities a little bit different, I think can help us all not only understand people that we're talking to, but maybe solve some of the issues that are out there.
Myself transgender. I can also call myself a trans male.
It is a huge learning experience. There's just more to the world than just male and female, and that's what I've learned today. And people's lives are really complicated, and we shouldn't assume just based off of what people look like.
Don't make assumptions, ever. Always ask if you're questioning, and that's probably the biggest thing they told us to remember is ask questions, don't make assumptions, and give a good vibe, especially when you're asking people.
Something I will definitely take away from this would be to never judge or assume anything, because people, even if they come across one way to you, they might identify themselves as something completely different, and it's not ever your place to make that assumption for them. It's their personal identity, and it should be their responsibility and their right to tell you.
Whatever you want.
Well, I know they're having Safe Zone training a couple weeks from now, so I would encourage them to go, and I would be able to tell them about my experience, so I would definitely encourage it.
Well, there's a couple different definitions.
I think that it's something, like I said, something that a lot of people should consider going to. People might be interested in it, but just you know, on the edge because it's a hot topic. It's a little bit, I guess, controversial in some people's eyes. But if you are on the edge of thinking about going to one or, you know, something like that, just to definitely do it because it's eye-opening. Even if you think you know everything, there's always something to learn.
Female at birth, woman is not